What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Sportorium podcast. We are continuing our offseason breakdowns of every division. Today, we're going over the NFC North. We're going to start off with the Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
Unlimited money, 98.6 mil in cap space. This is going to be kind of short because I don't have a single guy that is like, you need to cut.
I do.
Who?
Claypool, because he's a bag of crap.
We're not cutting Claypool. They just gave up a first rounder, basically.
Yeah, second. Yeah, I know. But still, that was so ridiculous. It really was.
Yeah,
that was bad.
Yeah. So,
but there's no real restructures you need to do either.
No, I mean, they have so much cap.
They have so much money.
And they have so many needs.
Yeah. Starting off those needs. Number one, say they probably need some O-line help, most specifically a tackle.
Mm-hmm.
You got guys like Riley Reef, I'm pretty sure is a free agent. I believe Riley Reef is a free agent.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Then you got like Braxton Jones, who looked pretty solid at times at left tackle. And then Tevin Jenkins, who is now playing guard. Tevin Jenkins just never really stuck anywhere. Like, he just hasn't been that good since they drafted him. Obviously still young, so he could turn into something, but I'd say like a difference maker at right tackle. Or if you want to get like, let's say Orlando Brown, you're going to spend a lot of money on a left tackle, maybe move Braxton Jones over to the right side. Who knows? You got Cody Whitehair at guard, Lucas Patrick. Yeah, it's just like not really a good line.
No, it's not a good anything there.
Yeah, no, their roster is just not good.
No. It's really funny because Cairo Santos, their kicker, is number 6 on the top.
No, top contracts.
Yeah, that's disgusting that your kicker is number 6 out of your entire roster.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of money going out to these players because
they don't have players.
Yeah, which is a good thing that they have a lot of money because they need a lot of help, like you said.
See, my opinion at this point in time, Justin Fields is he the answer?
I feel like he's shown enough that you just have to like base your team around that he is right now.
Yeah, I think
why
so.
Right now when you can maybe base your team for the future, trade Fields, and take someone with a top 3-4 pick if you.
That's why you trade down from the first overall pick. You'll probably get 2 first-round picks, and that's going to give you enough ammo to see what Justin Fields has this year. If you still like Caleb Williams or Drake May Moore, you have enough ammo to go and get him. I don't think they should trade Fields at all. Because
no, they shouldn't.
I mean,
I don't think they will either.
I don't think there's a guy that at number 1 that is better than Justin Fields.
At this point, you don't think like an Anthony Richardson might be better than Fields?
No, I don't think.
Take away the running of Justin Fields.
I'm not taking away the running. That's the whole point.
But he's not going to last. He started running for 3 games and then he got hurt right away.
Oh, he didn't. He got hurt. He got hurt at the last game. He missed 1 game.
And he started running for what, 5 weeks maybe? Wasn't that long.
I mean, I guess, but if you can't move off of a guy that's shown that much.
Quarterback whose like biggest knock that people say is that he can't throw for another quarterback who people say can't throw.
Yeah.
If you're doing that, you're taking Bryce Young.
Yeah, I agree. Take a different guy, not Anthony Richardson.
I also don't think that like Bryce Young or CJ Stroud is substantially a better prospect than Fields was, and plus Fields already has experience and he's progressing. And especially like how we saw with Jalen Hurts, like he didn't really like progress his arm until after a very good running season. So I don't know if he
didn't progress his arm until he got a number 1 target.
Exactly. The dude is throwing to Dante Pettis.
Young quarterback.
Yeah, it's a number 1 receiver.
Like if you look at basically every young quarterback who struggled and then looked good, it's because he's given a number 1 guy to go to.
Even look at Tua with Tyreek now.
That's what I'm saying.
Waddle was always good, but
you find me a quarterback who has been put in like a situation where you have like mid receivers. You give them a good receiver. Everyone's looked good.
Yeah.
Josh Allen, Hurts, Tua,
Zach Wilson.
Nope.
But then like you also have like Mahomes, who has already had all those guys.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow already had all those guys.
True.
That's like the big thing for young quarterbacks.
I guess so.
If there was like a Caleb Williams in this class, then I'd definitely consider it.
If he was in this class, they should have
I would probably do that at
traded
that point.
Fields already.
Yeah, that I agree with, but I would not rather any of these rookies over Justin Fields. Just mostly because we kind of know what Fields is, even if he's doesn't really progress his arm that much. He's maybe the best running quarterback in the league. So I mean that's
not going to get you anywhere though, especially with this disgusting roster.
But exactly, they have so much
that's where they
that
have
they
100
need.
million and 500 draft picks.
Yeah, so that's why you put the young quarterback in the best position to succeed. If he doesn't succeed in that, then maybe he's not the guy because he was playing with dirt.
My thing is, I 100% agree with you there, but you need so many pieces for him to succeed. It's not like, oh, give him a top wide receiver and he's great. No, everything on that roster is terrible.
Yeah, I mean, but it's also like his passing stats weren't even that bad.
I don't think he is that good with his arm, but I think he's a little like he has a very good deep ball. Like he's very good at throwing the deep ball too.
Like his passing stats get like blown out of proportion because there were a lot of games where they didn't have a lot of designed passing plays.
And it's also like if he didn't show anything with his arm, then yeah, I can understand. But he's shown that he could throw the ball.
Like he had more passing touchdowns than Daniel Jones did.
That is true.
40 million. Nice. So he finished 17 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Did he start getting better passing numbers after he started running?
I don't think it really made a difference.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I mean, he was still running in the first couple of weeks. It just wasn't.
Wasn't as much
because it was the design runs. It was like week 5 or whatever.
There were also a lot of games where like they could have won and they just choked at the end.
It is true.
I guess, yeah.
But it's also not fully on him. It's like he's trying to lead a game-winning drive with Dante Pettis.
But you got Chase Claypool.
I mean, props to them for trying to get your young quarterback a guy, but that was not the guy to get.
That was not the guy at all. Everyone knew it was not the guy.
I mean, that also just shows like where the management for that team is.
Yeah, they got a new GM, but
Steelers are.
It's just like hard because like I feel like it's the same for a lot of guys. You're not going to see them when they're just throwing to like wide receiver 2s and 3s.
Yeah.
There's only a certain thing you could do. Like not everyone's Patrick Mahomes.
True.
I don't know, especially a guy that's shown that much promise, and I would not even consider it at this point, really.
Like that's why, like that's a team that, like, if they traded, I don't think this will happen. If they trade down from 1, get a ton more picks, they should trade for T. Higgins.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a single team who makes more sense for him than the Bears do.
Yeah. I mean, because you could also talk about like D-Hop or Brandon Cooks or something, but
like,
they're older. And
it's not even that they're older, but I feel like for D-Hop doesn't fit in a rebuilding team as much as a young guy does.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas like you put I say like D-Hop for the Patriots just because they went 8 and 9. They're not a bottom team in the league.
Yeah.
That's a team where like you need a couple more pieces to actually contend. Whereas like the Bears need a lot more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, going back to their team needs everything.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not gonna say rebuild the O-line because you got a couple pieces there, but
I don't even like know where to like free agency targets for them because I don't even know what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, they could just continue to suck this year and start again next year.
I feel like a lot of their players are going to just be young guys.
Yeah, which they have a lot of. I'm not gonna say a lot, but they have some pretty good young guys.
That's why I think it's like hard to like project who they're going to sign.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think they shouldn't realistically be signing guys like close to 30 or over 30.
No, because they're just such a young team. There's just so much that they need.
It's going to be one of the most young and like bad overall rosters, even after this year.
Oh, yeah.
Just because they have so many needs.
And this isn't even like it's not really a great draft or a good free agency class. So it's not like they're just going to turn their team around.
The draft is fine. They can get some good pieces in the draft.
Yeah, they can. But I mean,
free agency, this is not the year where you want that $100 million.
A while. That team's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
This is not the
So,
free agency class
not
where
going
you
to be
want
a
100 million.
No.
Yeah, agreed.
They could sign some young guys and kind of roll it over to next year. Make a couple trades.
Yeah, you could.
But I don't think there's that many like difference makers on like
Yeah, agreed.
free agency. Besides like a tackle or something, there's a couple of good tackles if they wanted to do that. Sign them to a longer term deal, but
they should.
They shouldn't sign a single free agent wide receiver. They're all on the same level as like Chase Claypool, like mid.
Yeah.
I would definitely get a Jacoby. I think Jacoby.
Oh yeah, if they could do that, that's different. That's like it's like him or Juju.
It's nothing crazy. He's not that great.
Yeah, but I'm taking Jacoby over Claypool like 18 times.
He's a lot better than both of the guys they have.
And he could actually get open, unlike Claypool.
I agree, but at the same time, I'm not taking any receiver right now. I will wait for next year.
There's a lot of good receivers next year.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just tough because you need to get him someone.
Yeah, maybe they have to try and trade for someone.
What about like a Tyler Boyd?
They can always go that
is he even going to get cut though?
But at the same time, saving $9 million, I would reach out at least.
They definitely could, but if they should probably aim higher than that.
Agreed. But if you're saying get someone,
if you want to get someone, fine. He probably won't cost that much, but I feel like then they're kind of back in the same situation where he is better than Claypool, but it's kind of in the situation where I don't think Tyler Boyd's the number one receiver.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. He's definitely a number two, 3.
He'd be a good number 2 if you got a good number 1 with him, but
yeah. Then you just be creating a wide receiver core of mid.
That's what I'm saying. That's what a lot of teams try to do. The Chiefs did it and won a Super Bowl, so people are going to be like, "Oh, maybe we can win like that."
Yeah,
when they won because they have Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, they also have Jesus at tight end, which also that helps.
He's a glorified wide receiver,
basically. But I mean, you got Darnell Mooney. I like Darnell Mooney a lot.
Yeah, he
got hurt though, right?
Yeah, he got hurt.
Yeah,
I forgot what he hurt, but he was hurt.
Another thing is, it's really funny. They traded for Claypool. They gave away their number 1 overall pick, basically, and his contract's up next year.
It was just a bad trade. Like it didn't make
all
a lot of
around. It's just terrible.
I liked him in college.
Yeah, because you're a Notre Dame fan.
Yeah. No, I like Rudy. I was about Notre Dame.
They also just need, like we've said, they just need help all around. But defense, just breaking down the defense, they have Jack Sanborn at linebacker. That's it. And Jack Sanborn's not even that great. I mean, you got good corners between. I mean, Jalen Johnson's very good. Kyler Gordon was okay at best. He definitely turned it up a little bit at the end. They have Michael Ojemudia as well. You need more there. The only real strong suit on this team, I would say, is their safeties between Jaquan Brisker and Eddie Jackson, which are
Eddie Jackson's the one that tore his knee up against the Jets, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's also older too. I think now
he is. Yeah, he's 30 right now. But
so he's getting there and off a big injury. So
yeah, I mean, they could always move off of him. You save 7.5 by doing so.
I mean, if you can get a good amount for him, why not? He's not going to help you.
Yeah, I mean,
do anything. So
maybe trade him. That's probably ideal.
Yeah.
This is just a bad roster. They got some promising talent. They could also just end up being nothing. Like Fields looks good. I still don't know if he's the guy, but I mean, I would say he is. I think he's going to be the franchise quarterback, but he could also just be nothing, and then the team is even in a bigger hole than we thought.
Yeah.
I find it hilarious that we said the Bears are going to be nice, short and sweet, talking about them, and we're on them a long time because there's so many things they can do.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
They have a couple notable free agents. Not really, but I mean, Riley Reif, like we said, the big one is David Montgomery. I would say let him walk. He's not really. I mean, he's good.
I would let him walk.
But Khalil Herbert was actually better than him last year.
And Khalil Herbert's under contract, or
yeah.
So yeah, I agree. Let him walk.
And I don't think that really rules you out of getting a bigger guy, a bigger name guy. I mean, not just an actual Derrick Henry, which
true.
Who knows? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Now getting into the Detroit Lions. So currently they have 23 million in cap space. This was after the Michael Brockers trade or cut. I mean, this is a good roster if you look at it. There's a couple things they could do. Charles Harris, he's injured. You could save $4 million by cutting him. Another guy that was also injured, he tore his Achilles. He only played 4 games. Romeo Aquara. You save another 7.5 from cutting him. They're not really they don't need to cut these guys, but I mean, they did fine. I'm not gonna say they did fine. They missed the playoffs and everything, but you got younger guys that are stepping up now. You don't need to spend that much on dudes that don't play.
Yeah. Another guy I saw that they could definitely cut is help me out here. Halavapala.
I know who he's talking about. I'm not going to pronounce his name.
He's 30. He's a guard. He's nothing. He's got to go.
Something Vitae. That's all I know how to say. Halapuli Lata Vitae, something like that.
Yep, I think you got it.
You can, but that O-line is very good. Their O-line is
just saved $6.5 million. So it's just a thought. It's an idea.
It's just if you need the money, then that's definitely some place that they could go. They're not screwed with cap space right now. There's also not a lot of needs that they have.
Yeah. I'd say their biggest need is corner. One of their biggest needs.
Yeah.
They got Okuda. You know what they should do?
Yeah.
They should trade for Ramsey.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
It makes a lot of sense. I've seen
I like that.
I see it all the time that they probably make realistically the most sense for Ramsey.
Yeah. They have the room for him. They have the need for him.
Their biggest downfall last year was their defense.
Yeah.
The offense was more than capable of scoring.
Yeah. The best offense in the league at times.
Yeah. It's just their defense wasn't able to stop anybody.
Yeah, they were so bad.
And their safeties are Tracy Walker and Kirby Joseph or something?
Kirby Joseph is Aaron Rodgers' father.
Yeah, he is. Kirby Joseph is
off like 3 times.
Yeah. They also have Deshaun Elliott, but they definitely need help at safety. I'd say the only one that actually stays there is Kirby Joseph. They also have
you actually need help at safety if you have Jeff Okuda and Jalen Ramsey?
Yes. Why would you not need a safety?
Because one of them is lockdown and you don't really need. Look at the Jets. That's what I can compare
they should.
You don't need anyone on Sauce's side.
I mean,
trade for Ramsey.
You look at Ramsey; he wasn't even that good last year.
In the first round.
I know, but it was a bad team in general. You got to cut him some slack.
Yeah, but they should honestly
your argument is that he's a lockdown corner. He's not a lockdown corner right now.
Who?
Right
Ramsey?
Now, as of last season, yes.
Exactly. That's what you're trading for. You're not trading for 2 years ago, Ramsey. You're trading for the guy that just played this year.
Nah, I guess I see what you're saying.
They should take all their draft picks and just put them straight on defense.
Oh yeah.
I forgot. Was it the Panthers that did that a couple years ago? Where I'm pretty sure it's the Panthers. Every single one of their draft picks.
Their offense is pretty good. They kind of need one receiver. I think.
I'd say like an actual outside guy.
Yeah. Chark's a free agent. So
Chark's a free agent. He's solid, but if they replaced him with someone better, I'd say there's not really much.
A Chark type guy, just not him because
you're basically replacing him with Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams didn't really play.
Yeah, but you need like an actual big body dude.
I guess so.
Jameson Williams is probably going to be a good outside receiver. We probably use him in the slot a lot too, but they need like an actual big body, which Chark could fit that. But
I mean, they could bring Chark back, but then they could try and draft somebody also.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard. There's not a lot of big guys in the draft.
Yeah. I agree. It's definitely tough. And another thing that they have to bring back is Jamal Williams.
Mm-hmm.
It's 100%.
You just described him as a thing, by the way.
Stay, though.
You said another thing they need to bring back.
I mean, he's in anime and stuff, Yeah.
I think he wants to stay there.
Yeah, he was pretty adamant
I think
about
so
that.
too. Yeah, and they let him be open about everything. So,
I mean, if they go into the year with just Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams, and maybe Chark back, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, they
scored
also
a ton of points last year doing that.
Yeah.
If they just find a way to fix that defense a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they could easily be contending for that division.
Agreed.
Yeah, they also definitely need a linebacker.
Yeah, they need that too.
Anzalone is a free agent as well. You could bring him back, but the only real like bright spot there was Malcolm Rodriguez, who was I forgot if he was undrafted or like 6th round. I think it was 6th round. He was a rookie. He played very well. He absolutely pooped on Jason Kelsey. That was the one clip where he like hip tosses Jason Kelsey. That was Malcolm Rodriguez.
All right.
Yeah. They
Who's
also
that other guy that they have on the other side of
James
Aiden
Houston
Hutchinson, the rookie?
I know
James
who you're
Houston.
talking about.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
him.
yeah, that's him. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. No, he's
yeah,
he's
James
good too.
Houston. Yep, that's his name. I
Yeah.
couldn't think of his name.
from Jackson State.
Yeah,
Maybe he was the 6th round rookie. Or no,
he
was
his
7th
contract's
round.
up next year.
Oh, was he an undrafted free agent then?
I
Probably.
Could be.
Also, one of their very big needs is a tight end. They
Yeah, I mean,
don't
well,
have
this is
one.
the draft class to do it, so
Absolutely.
they can solve that there very easily.
Or no, they have Shane Zylstra, the dude who scored like 80 touchdowns that one week.
Unless
And
they
then-
want to like throw a bag at like Dalton Schultz or something, but
True.
That could happen. Another thing that I would like to talk about is DeAndre Swift. They didn't really utilize him a lot. He's been battling injuries his whole career.
He's got to go.
I could see
I
them
think he
moving
needs
off
a
of
fresh
him.
start.
Yeah.
I could definitely see it happening, especially.
I think he needs a different team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that. I don't know if it really
Contract's
I
does.
up
mean,
next
there's a
year.
lot of teams that could use a running back like that also.
Yeah. You know what? Him on like the Bengals or something would be beautiful.
That would be pretty good.
That'd be a
We
very
talk
good
about
spot.
that last episode. That would be great.
Mhm.
We'll see about that one. I mean,
Yeah.
they probably shouldn't, but it would make sense to trade him.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you probably could still get something pretty good for him.
Yeah, something
It's not like he's
decent,
not good.
but he can't stay on the field.
You can't. Yeah,
Yeah. They saved 1.7 mil from getting rid of him too. So
yeah. I mean, there's no reason to cut him. If you're getting rid of him, you got to trade him.
and that's not going to take a lot. Throw like a day 3 pick at him, and sure.
He's a good receiving back. A lot of teams need someone like that.
He's very good when he plays, but
Yeah,
But
but
he
he
doesn't
be on the
play.
field.
exactly.
Can't believe Jamal Williams took that over.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
Jamal
just-
Williams was always
but-
good. He just never. He was the backup behind Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
And then getting into the Green Bay Packers, currently sitting at 14.3 mil in cap space. Big cut that I could see, Dean Lowry saved $3 million. Dean Lowry is just not good. They could bring back like Robert Tonyan, Alan Lazard, Adrian Amos are also free agents. Adrian Amos was just not really good last year because they changed his scheme and he just really didn't fit well. So let him walk. But obviously the main
He's
thing,
probably going somewhere else.
obviously the main thing with the Packers is Aaron Rodgers. What are they going to do
What
there?
what happens with that? If they trade him, they're gonna have to eat some cap, no?
They are. I don't know how much it's going to be because they definitely
I don't know how that whole thing works, to be honest with you.
I'm clueless, honestly.
because when they did this extension, they had this in mind. So whatever we see on here is definitely not the case. Like I say, it says like if you trade him, you eat like 20 mil in dead cap. That's probably not what's going to happen.
It's
No.
not that, because I remember when he signed that deal last year, it was like made for him to leave after the year.
Jesus,
So they
like,
wouldn't do that. I don't know
knows?
what it is, but they wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. But at the time of this recording, nothing has happened yet. But people from the Jets went over to visit Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
So it seems like that is the most likely option. I also heard that they already have a trade in place. It's just a matter of if Rodgers wants to go there.
Yeah,
True.
I saw that too.
It seems like it's gonna happen, but it's the Jets, and it doesn't go their way ever. So
Well, because the Jets are dumb. But
they should
I
have just
think-
got Carr, in my opinion. But anyway, what do I
Yeah,
know?
they probably want Rodgers more and fucked it up.
That's what I think happened is they were waiting for Rodgers, and it wasn't that Carr wanted to go to the Saints more than the Jets. It's that the Jets
Yeah,
wanted
that's what I
Rodgers more
think,
than
too.
Carr.
Yeah, and Carr realized, hey, I'm not the number one priority for the Jets, so f them.
Yeah,
Which-
like he's not gonna sit around and wait.
Exactly.
It probably
Look at
did
your
happen.
money. I don't blame him, but I heard Carr was on the phone with one of his coaches or something for hours before he actually made the decision. I think it was the Jets coach. I'm not too sure. But whatever it is, if Rodgers doesn't pan out for the Jets, Jets should just give up.
So big needs for the Packers. Obviously, need a wide receiver. You got Lazard leaving. Pretty much the only thing you got is Christian Watson. Romeo Doubs just okay, I guess, but he likes to drop the ball along with Christian Watson. But
Yeah.
they would really benefit from like a Devontae Adams or a guy like that. That's so
That
dumb.
is true.
That's
They also
messed up.
would probably like benefit from drafting more than one receiver in the first round ever.
Did they ever
Yeah.
draft a receiver in the first round?
Watson,
No, he's a second rounder.
he was a second rounder.
He was like the first. We've had this conversation on the pod
So
before.
then literally never.
If Rodgers leaves, do you think David Bakhtiari is going to be out of there too, or no? So there's a lot of talk about it.
I think if it's the Packers' decision, no. Because I still feel like they like Jordan Love enough to, put him in a good position to, maybe even win now. Maybe not draft a wide receiver, put him in a good position to win now, but
Yeah, they'll never do
True.
that.
they still have a very good defense. They could definitely use like another safety, but O-line is pretty good. They could always use an upgrade there. So I'd say they don't want to lose David Bakhtiari.
Agreed.
And I mean,
You know
he's
what,
under
bro? They'll probably
contract.
draft a receiver in the first round this year.
That would make it would if they trade Rodgers and then draft a receiver in the first round. I would laugh so hard.
They probably
that's
will.
messed up.
It would just not make sense.
I
at
was
all.
like, if they trade Rodgers, they're getting obviously like the Jets pick. You could draft JSN at 13.
They're saying that
I don't
might
think
not
he's going to get
happen.
the first. Yeah, I doubt that.
It might be a second this year, and then depending if they make playoffs or depending if he plays next year, then it turns into a first. But
I mean, we'll see.
I don't know
who
if
knows,
a first
man.
is locked in.
Yeah,
But that team definitely needs receiver, tight end. They need a few things.
yeah, but they have a pretty good roster.
Yeah.
All right, and then getting into the Minnesota Vikings. This is post Eric Kendricks cut, so they're currently at negative 17 mil.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's not great. There's a couple things that they could do, notably being a cut of Adam Thielen.
Bye bye, 6.4 million. See you later, Toodaloo.
Yep. There's
gotta
a lot
go.
of
He's just
lot of
old.
talk about that, so I could
Yeah.
definitely see that one happening. And then another one which I've heard, I don't know if I necessarily agree to it, either cutting or trading Dalvin Cook.
Oh,
I've seen that too. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I mean you save
I don't know.
7.8 by moving on from him. I wouldn't outright cut him at all, but I don't know. I really don't see them moving off of him. I don't see why you really.
I don't
would.
think that makes sense.
Yeah,
I don't see it either, but Alexander Madison isn't that far off from what
Maybe he's a
Dalvin
free
Cook has
agent
been
also.
doing.
yeah, he is.
So do you bring back Alexander Madison for cheap and let Cook walk? It's not like Cook's helping you
There's an
that much,
argument
right?
for that. There definitely is, but I don't know. I personally wouldn't, because
I
mean,
wouldn't. I
there-
definitely wouldn't do that.
there have been the injury concerns throughout Dalvin Cook's whole career.
Yeah.
So it's tough. It
Yeah,
is.
100%.
If I'm running the team, Dalvin Cook is still my RB1. Probably going to let Madison walk because there's not many good running backs, so he'll probably get a little bit.
Yeah.
So being looking for a backup for them, but yeah. They could also restructure Brian O'Neill, saving about 9.9 mil, which could get them, above the threshold. I'm sure there's other moves that they could make. Some of which being you could extend Danielle Hunter, TJ Hawkinson, and the big one would be Justin Jefferson. But my opinion on this is you don't need to rush on that because he's already upper echelon. He's going to be like the highest paid receiver in the league.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't really need to rush. What other receiver is going to get big name money that's going to like reset that market? Devontae's already signed, but yeah, Jamar Chase
is
is
a year away.
Exactly. So you don't need to like race to beat that contract.
Yeah.
And either way, regardless of what Jamar Chase does, Jefferson's getting more.
Yeah,
So.
100%. How much would you get if you restructured Harrison Phillips?
I think like 1.7 mil.
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
Harrison Smith, you could get a lot of money if you restructure, but he's
Sure.
also 34. So
Yeah.
he played very well, but there's also a case to move off of him.
True.
Yeah, I've seen his
Wouldn't,
name come
but-
up a bunch of times.
Yeah, he's old. He's playing very well though. He's still playing at a very high level.
No.
But he just drafted Lewis Seen in the first round. He broke his leg, didn't play at all. But I mean, that could be your Harrison Smith replacement.
True.
And give quick shout out to Buddy.
Yeah, he just popped up from the shadows.
Yeah.
What is that? Lilo and Stitch?
It's Stitch, yeah.
There you go. Good, cool stuff.
Nice. Looking good, Buddy. You could also re-sign Garrett Bradbury. You'd hope to do that, I would say. Other than that, like they have a pretty good roster. There are a couple needs, and I think that their biggest need is a corner. And that's pretty easy.
Yeah, probably, especially with Pat Pete free agency.
Yeah. You got like a couple solid depth pieces.
What are you doing with Jordan Hicks?
He's going to the Bills. I told Steve
Dude,
that
yeah,
yesterday.
absolutely not. Yeah, because we were talking about like Tremaine Edmonds leaving, and he's like, "No, you're getting Jordan Hicks." That dude, I no, absolutely not.
I don't know if I was the first guy I thought of.
It was the most random one because he's still under contract too.
But you saved $5 million, so I mean,
Yeah, but yeah, I could definitely see them moving off of him, and I don't think it's necessarily bad.
Yeah,
because like I mean, but you did just move off from Kendricks, so you're gonna need linebacker help. Ryan Asamoah is actually pretty good. That dude has the longest arms I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what his wingspan is, but it's ridiculous.
He's got the slender mid arms.
He does. It's ridiculous. But yeah, going back to corner, like you said, Pat Pete's gonna walk. You guys like Shannon Sullivan, mid. Cam Dantzler, mid. Andrew Booth, me and Rupp liked a lot coming out of college, but
I did too.
Yeah, he just didn't play a lot last year. I don't think.
Yeah, he's been injured and stuff. So
depending on if they actually no, either way, I still think they need another receiver.
Yeah, who's on the other side?
Thielens getting
KJ
older.
Osborne.
Thielens getting older. KJ Osborne's fine. They have Rager, who's but
really bad.
Like, if someone finds a way to lock up Jefferson, it rarely happened, but it did. Thielen's not that guy to win that anymore.
No, not at all. They definitely 100% either way need a number 2.
Yeah. Like even if they cut like they could cut Thielen even if they didn't. They still should look into that.
I would say so. And like KJ Osborne had that crazy game. That was against the Colts, I think.
What you're talking about.
That was when they had the crazy comeback, I believe. But not consistent enough. But he saved a dude from a burning car recently.
Yeah, he did do that.
Good for him. Jeez. What a guy.
Yeah, right.
So that wraps up the NFC North. Expect a couple more videos. Obviously, we got the AFC West, NFC West, and the AFC East. Still need to come out. Got an off-season breakdown video coming. Doing a lot of draft talk. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time.
Thank you.